from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, we bring you Friday baseball on the show. It's the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, Singy, let's get right to it. Quite the win streak on the line coming into this one.
Yeah, Boog, they seem to have a force field around them lately, but you know anything can happen. Looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us today.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And today's starter, Steven Matz. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you know, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Just missed. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. That one ripped, but foul. The Mets off to a hot start this season, playing very well in the early going.
Yeah, going back to their early performance, Boog, that's the kind of thing that gets the fans fired up. And it gets the players fired up, too. They start to believe it's going to be a big year.
Out to short, Win. On the run, sends it over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Jose Siri.
Well, he's been putting up some huge power numbers, and opposing pitchers know that they can't make mistakes to him. In fact, they probably circle him pregame, making sure that if they're in a situation where their back is against the wall, they're going to find a way to pitch around him. Players that are in the top 5 in slugging percentage in the league really don't get overlooked.
On the ground right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Pete Alonso.
Man at first, and now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Right now with more RBIs than anyone in the National League. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1's the count.
And that's outside. And now it's even 1-1. Man at first, one away. Ground ball right side and foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout, and the runner stays where he is.
That is the first baseman, Mark.
And now it's Mark Vientos, third on the National League leaderboard for batting average. Swings through that.
0-1.
On the ground to the left, Arenado throws across the diamond, and that is the third out of the inning. Mets strand one, and now the Cardinals get their first shot at it here. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the mound in this one, Clay Holmes. What's the word on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he deals with right-handed hitters in this one. Righties are batting over 300 against him, so they're not being fooled by really anything. He's going to have to find a way to change up his delivery, change up his look, somehow get them off of his primary pitches and even those secondary pitches. So we'll see how he does it in this one.
Lars Nootbaar, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. Right through there for a strike. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Brendan Donovan in the box now. No balls and a strike. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. On the ground at first. Vientos takes it himself. 2 up, 2 down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And so far this year, this has not been a very good offense.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. High fly ball out to center field. Siri makes the grab. That is the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back here in St. Louis, here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez getting the start at catcher, hitting 5th in today's lineup, and he's driven in double-digit runs over his last 10 games. Matz back to work. That one fouled off. The 0-2. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Here's Jesse Winker.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately, averaging more than 2 hits per game in his last 5.
Ball one there.
Outside.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
Second inning here, no score. Fouled off. He was late. To the shortstop at second, but it pulls him off the base.
Well, kind of the story of their season so far. Things just not clicking into place. Fundamentals on all sides of the ball are lacking, and it's tough to win games at this level if you're not playing clean baseball as a team.
First and second, no outs. Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Late with the swing there. Dave Lawrence behind the plate today. Consistent and pretty accurate with the balls and strikes.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, Spook, that just keeps the game moving. Nothing overly unique about the strike zone that he calls, and as a result, he's appreciated by both sides.
The pitch. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. So bases all loaded up. And now it's Jose Siri. Golden opportunity right here. Tap foul at the plate. just missed.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Swing and a ball popped up. And the infield fly rule call.
Batting up, the third baseman, number 7, Brett Beatty.
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
They don't really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
That was the emergency hack right there.
The 0-2. That one way inside.
Way to lay off that pitch down. He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Here's a 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And a 1-2 again. On the ground, could be 2. Win over to second, and that's 2.
This team is ready to make a play with the bases loaded. Excellent job of execution there. You turn the double play, and the inning is over.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now up for St. Louis, Nolan Gorman. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Nolan Arenado stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Gorman on at first, nobody out. That catches the zone for a strike, and 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Nato is set down on strikes.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate with guys struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Line drive, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Line drive. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Batting 8, the center fielder, Jordan Walker.
Here's the center fielder, Jordan Walker. Hitless yesterday as they only pushed across 1 run. Fought off foul.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
On a line. Reaching for it and brings it in. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. End of 2 here at Busch Stadium. No score. Back at the ballpark, and one of the things that's been happening lately, hot hitting as we take a look at the numbers this month. On the ground to third. On to first. Lindor retired.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. Oh, it's gone. It bounced off him and over the wall. A soaring shot to center. And they jump out front. It's 1-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
1 out, base is empty. Here's Pete Alonso. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. In there, and it's 0-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering is fouled back. 1 out, base is empty. This one in the air. Win. Puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Mark Vientos. First time up, he grounded to third. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
The catcher, number 4.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Nootbaar makes the grab, and that is that. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. It's now a 1-0 ball game. This is Mets baseball on the show NYC. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers.
Win.
And that is out of play. Shortened the bunt and missed it. And it's 0-2. Got it. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Now it's the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. And that drops in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
That was a pretty fun at bat right there, but you kind of hate to see a long battle like that end on a questionable call. I think he was right and letting it go. Frustrating result after he fought so hard at the plate.
Now the number 2 hitter, Brendan Donovan. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Ground ball to the right side, and it stays fair.
Now batting.
Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't look around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Runner at first with 2 away. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Beatty sends it to first. That ends the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Busch Stadium, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Jesse Winker. The lefty fires. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first. And Winker is set down.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. Acuna recently earned Rookie of the Month honors. Line drive, base hit.
Waste no time there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first. So
Runner on the move, pitch in for a strike. Throw, save. Often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He's clearly out there throwing pitchers pitches in this situation. First base is open. He walks him. No big deal.
Outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Acuna, the runner at second with 1 away. Up the middle. Gorman throws on to first. 2 away.
The third baseman, number 7, Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. He's 0 for 1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Slice the other way and foul. 2 outs and a runner at third. Top half of inning number 4.
Ball 1.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. One hit, one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Mets 1 and the Cardinals nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman. And that's in the dirt.
No strike.
Strike one.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there. That's back-to-back singles for him. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
0-1's the count.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Lindor under it. Brings it in. And there's one down.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Here's the Cardinal DH, Alec Burleson. A single his first time.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
That one's in there. 0-1.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is.
Swing and a miss struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically, he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1. And a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. And that one is inside. High fly ball out to left field. Winker makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. The Cards leave 1. They still trail 1-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Francisco Lindor.
Matz back to work. Smoked on the ground a second. Lindor retired.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Juan Soto.
Here's a big power threat. Juan Soto. He's already homered here in this one. And the first offering is not close. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. John King up and throwing. Liberator getting cranked up as well. On the ground. Win. The throw to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Alonso goes 6 feet 3 inches 245 pounds, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. And first offering is fouled off. That's to third. Arenado to first in time. And that takes care of Alonso. And the Mets go 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly, but they still lead it 1-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. That misses the zone. 1-0. And that drops in for a strike. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Line to right, base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
No outs, runner at first. Now here is Mason Wynn. Holmes checks over to first, and he's back. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. Runner at first with no outs here. And fouled off. And a count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Lars Nootbaar getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners off.
Siri makes a nice running catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And up next for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. And that's in there for strike one.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already is bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. In there for strike one. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. And they lead it. It's 3-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
This was a mammoth home run, over 460 feet, according to StatCast.
You know, Boo, there are only maybe 20 or so guys in the game that can hit a baseball that far, and it's absolutely crazy it's even that many. Such an impressive swing of the bat right there.
So 2 down. Here's Nolan Gorman. He's 2 for 2. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Clay Holmes departs, and it wasn't his best start, but he kept them in it to this point, and we'll come back with a new arm.
Now pitching for
Ryan
New York,
Stanek will take over here.
number
Pretty
55.
tight game, so they're looking for quality
Ryan
pitches out of him right
Stanek.
here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And that's downstairs, and it's 1-0. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. The 1-1 is fouled off. Hard hit to third. In plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. St. Louis gets 3 on the homer. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
I tell you what, I think we all just jumped across that line. Honey, I'll bring you with.
Pitching for
We're
the
back,
Cardinals,
and they make a change to start
number
the 6th.
27.
The new pitcher, John King.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
So digging in,
Leading off
Mark
the bat, the first
Vientos,
baseman,
1 for
Mark
2.
Vientos.
The wind to kick the pitch. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
No strikes.
That one ripped. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again.
Alvarez.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's 1. How about that double play?
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Jesse Winker up now for the Mets. In the air, left field, Donovan on the move. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Mets 1. And welcome back to the
Leading up
ballpark.
for St.
Well, we go
Louis,
bottom
the
6.
third baseman,
Here's Nolan
Nolan
Arenado. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen
0-1's the count.
of all time. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No ball,
And speaking
2
of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California.
Up next for the Cardinals, the designated
Next
hitter,
is the designated hitter, Alec Burleson.
Burleson.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one just misses. Now 2-2. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Just off the inside corner, and a full count now. Draws the walk there. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Catcher.
Here's the catcher to hit, Ivan Herrera. Fastball for a strike.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
And there's a foul ball. Burleson, the base runner at first with 1 out. In the air, right field. Soto pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker.
Center fielder, Jordan Walker.
Clips the corner, and that's strike 1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
So now 1-2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
This one in the air, center field. Siri makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So 1 left for the Cardinals, but they still lead it 3-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Matthew Liberatore.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Hit hard on the ground to short. 1 up, 1 down.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Jose Siri up now for the Mets. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. JoJo Romero getting loose out there. Leahy warming up as well. The Cards up by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. Late swing fouled off. There's a swing and a drive. Nootbaar in a dead sprint. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. 1 down, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings through that one, it's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty. Just off the inside edge. Swing and a pop-up. Win. He makes the grab. And that is that. Nothing across here this half. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Mets 1.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sean Reed-Foley.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And here is Mason Wynn, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That's out to center field. Siri in position. He's got it, and there's one down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
And now the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. 0 for 3 in this one. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
That's outside. Now 1 and 2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings and misses. No ball, 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
0-2 now. Foul tip into the mitt, struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Cardinals 3 and the Mets 1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. JoJo Romero. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Number 59, JoJo Romero.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's one of the best players in the game. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Wide throw, and it gets away.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
At the plate, Juan Soto. Step off, throw to first. Lindor back in there. He's already homered in this game.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to make.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Tying run at the plate. Got him swinging for the K. Slider got him for strike 3.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Pete Alonso digs in now. Hard ground ball for a base knock. Lindor zipping around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 3-2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And here's the first baseman, Mark Vientos.
Well, they have to believe they can finish this comeback now. Time's running out, but they're in striking distance.
There's a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Here's the 0-2. Line drive, that's a base hit. And the go-ahead run is on base. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runners at the corners here, one away. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. First offering misses badly for ball one.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. And a count 1-2. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. In the air, right side. Drops into the glove. Runner tags from third. The tag, and he's out of the plate. And that's a double play. They limit the damage here.
Well, I can understand why they tried to force the issue and tie up this ball game, but wow, nicely done from the defense there to cut him down at the plate and preserve the lead. That's a big-time play.
Now pitching for
Back
the Mets.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth. Huascar Brazoban. Here's Contreras now.
For St. Louis, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
And a swing and a miss there. Brazoban, a 6'3" righty. He features a changeup, a cutter, a sinker, and he works in a four-seamer. Lindor to first, and Contreras is retired.
Now batting, the second baseman, Nolan Gorman.
Here's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman. Knee high, that's in for a strike. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark, but obviously out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't.
Now a rocket to right center. Way back there. And forget it. It's out of here. And they add on. It's 4-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
One down. Here's Nolan Arenado. He swings and fouls one off. One out, base is empty, and a run in. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
1-1.
Inside, and it's 1-1. And that's down and away. Fouls one off. 2-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Now batting. the
2 outs,
designated
base is
hitter,
empty. Alec Burleson, the next to hit. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. And that one pulled foul. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. In the air, left field. Winker should have it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Last chance coming up here for the Mets.
Yeah, you know it's me. You can't stop my shine. I'm just
Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Ryan Helsley. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And stepping in for New York, Jesse Winker. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat, as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. That pitch gets the inside corner. 0-1. Helsley, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Late swing, foul to the left. Oh, 2 now.
Ball, that's outside.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
Center field. Walker sizes this one up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter number 2, second baseman.
He's 2 outs away. Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. Foul ball there. One down, base is empty. Swings through that one for strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Chases in the dirt, slider there. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
So, last chance for the Mets. And next for the Mets, Jose Siri. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Well, that insurance run in the bottom of the 8th inning was so good to add on, especially with this power hitter at the plate. If he goes deep, you're still up in the ball game. Really good spot to be in right here.
That's down and in. A slider missed. that one in triple digits.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
This could end it. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Pereira collects, fires to first. In time, ball game. And the strikeout ends it.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Traders like